currently Wednesday, January 10th. There is fuck all going on with the Toronto Blue Jays. We have reached peak off season, which is nuts because no one has signed yet, and we have seen nothing other than like little rumors here and there. There's
We're,
fucking nothing going on
we're
in pretty much the whole
basically
majors.
we're a month and a half away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and nothing's happened.
No,
Like,
Who
in
was the
terms
last major signing? Like, I guess we call Imanaga
Imanaga,
major,
I think
but like before that, I
realistically,
mean,
are we
I would
counting
argue
playoff?
we've had more
I guess.
Japanese players in the top 15 free agents signed than we've had North American players so far, right?
I'd say Asian because then you get Lee as well.
Right.
It feels that way. Like,
Like it seems like the majority of players, the
Yeah.
top tier ones anyways that have signed are coming from Asian countries.
Well, they've got posting dates too, right? Like
yeah,
Sure. They
Imanaga had to
didn't have a
sign
choice.
by the 11th.
I don't want to say that's holding everything up because I think that's a load of shit. Like I could see where the
But
Shohei thing was holding
we
thing up.
said the
That
Shohei
makes sense.
thing.
That
Then
makes sense.
Then the Yamamoto was holding everything up.
But I
And
don't think Yamamoto should have been holding up the people looking for position players. Is kind of my side of things.
No,
It's been Shohei signed on December 3rd,
I don't want to remember it.
early December. It was the first weekend in December, second weekend in December. It is now the going on to the second weekend in January, and we've had nothing.
I can see how Yamamoto held up like
The pitchers like Snell,
yeah,
Monty.
and I can see how these pitchers are holding up whatever the trade market's going to be because why would you trade them beforehand?
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to be stuck panicking afterwards. So
Yeah.
you're going to get more, but
yeah,
it's dead. It kind of reminds me of, was it 19 with Harper and Machado, and I forget who else was in that class. Was Cole in that one too?
right.
No, Cole was after. Cole was the year after.
I don't
I was
remember,
thinking
but
Chris
they
Bryant,
just
but that
like
doesn't sound right.
they just sat there.
Yeah.
Both until like spring training.
Yeah. It's just kind of it's a boring off season, all things aside. Like the Jays haven't done anything, but like nobody else has done anything. And it doesn't make me feel worse about being a Jays fan right now, because unless you're a Dodgers fan or maybe a Cubs fan after today, doesn't feel like your team's done a whole lot of anything. So it sucks, but here we are.
The Braves have
Braves have done a lot of
27
just
trades.
moves.
Seattle's made quite a few trades.
The Seattle one,
And
yeah.
San Francisco has made some moves.
yeah,
Seattle
everybody's
traded
made
away
like
guys
little,
and
like
then
even we've made,
added
like
guys.
we brought back Kiermaier and we brought IKF. Like
IKF.
we make the little moves.
Paolo Espino.
Paolo Espino, our future king, Mr.
me-
20 and a half.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so realistically, the only thing that happened in the last week for us for Blue Jays news is that the schedule dropped. I haven't even looked at it.
It's nothing great. Oh, the first month sucks.
Didn't we already know the schedule? Am I wrong? Because I bought tickets already.
I feel like we did.
So where did
but,
this
like,
come from?
I don't know. The actual Jays.
I see this. Oh, the times dropped. Okay.
The times, like,
That's fine. That's nothing.
Like April, like the first month of the season sucks. Like,
yeah, it's a gauntlet other than Colorado. And I'd love to say Kansas City, but who knows what they are this year?
yeah. Like
Kansas City will be fun.
4 at
I don't
Tampa,
think-
3 at Houston to start the season.
Yeah, Tampa, Houston, New York.
I'm not really as high on those teams as I think we were
Not
last.
Tampa as much.
I don't know about
like,
Houston either.
Houston just figures it out. They're not worse than last year.
No.
I don't know if they're better,
well,
but they're not worse.
We've played Houston. They played Houston well over the years, so
They have. It is a decent matchup for us.
Just like,
the
God
Yankees.
I don't hate 2 series against them early.
Get that out of the way. Maybe we'll catch them sleeping a bit. I don't know. Seattle's in there. Colorado's a nice gimme somewhere in the middle there, which is nice. Then you finish the month off with the Dodgers and the Royals.
the Jays are done with the Yankees by like
August 3rd, 4th.
August 3rd.
Nice.
4th.
Like
4th is the last game. Yeah.
August. Like
We finished the season against Miami.
that's such a weird end. Dude, we play more NL teams in September than AL teams.
Yeah.
Philly,
Yeah,
Atlanta,
you're
the
right.
Mets, the Cardinals, and the Marlins.
Hmm.
See, it's
Huh.
funny because this schedule's been out for a while. We just never looked at it.
Yeah,
But
because
now looking at it, everything just seems really strange.
yeah, like
I will say I do like that we only have 2 games against Philly.
Yeah.
oh, I'm
All
also
year? There's no. I thought you had to play everyone in 2 series, no?
no,
Oh,
just
no,
the
it's
one.
you
It's one,
reverse
but you alternate home and away.
back and forth. Okay. So next year Philly would come. Well, actually, we'd go to Philly.
Also,
Oh,
we
Philly came here last year. I'm
no,
so confused. Yeah, they
no,
definitely did.
because
I was at the game.
yeah, wait, what?
Bryce hit 2 bombs against us.
Yeah, and then they also remember
Huh.
there was also the game last year where like Vlad or some Bo threw it away at the end and they run on a walk off in Philly. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know. That's I'm a little confused by the schedule.
Me
Oh,
no
it
no.
is what it is.
yeah,
Um, there was only one thing I wanted to talk about. I wrote it down.
Chad Green changed his number.
No, I didn't write that down.
So what?
I
Back to 57.
so there was
Okay.
there's a notable account on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he's a Yankees fan, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't show as a Yankees fan. I'm not naming him because that's what he aims for. But he put out a list of his top 20 catchers
I immediately know who you're talking about.
for yeah. I'm sure most people will. Put out his list for top 20 catchers for going into 2024. Kirk and Jano were back to back at 15, 16. I think it was Kirk 15, Jano 16. Other way around?
Jano 15, Kirk 16.
Okay, as it should. There were a lot of people upset about the placement of Alejandro Kirk going into 2024.
Also,
Uh,
Gabe Moreno 14th.
right, naturally, he's ahead of them just for it's for clickbait. It's not
Memes.
like he might be better, but it's just pure clickbait to put him right there. But whatever. I do want to talk about Alejandro Kirk and maybe why we should temper expectations on what he is. Obviously, there was a stretch of Alejandro Kirk's career that was really good. It was April of 2022 to July 2022. He had 313 plate appearances, 13 doubles, 11 homers. He had 319, 399, 487, good for a 157 WRC plus. That's elite, like, or at least very good in terms of hitters. It's an elite hitting catcher. Before that, he had 214 plate appearances, 10 doubles, 9 homers, 259, 336, 455, 113 WRC plus. So it's not bad. Like it's above average, I would say, at 113. Probably good, if I'm being honest. Since then, he's had 650 plate appearances. He's got 22 doubles, 11 homers. So more than double the plate appearances he had in that little run, he has the same amount of homers. Say 246, 334, 343, good for a 94 WRC plus. So under league average. I think it might be time to stop putting Kirk in the group of, but wait, he might come back to his average. I think we might be looking at what his average is.
He is also only like 25.
For sure.
Yeah, he's so young.
Yeah. He's also just I know the whole big thing right now in the offseason is that he's putting in the work and he's gonna get more in shape.
Which is good.
But at some point, like, I don't know where he's gonna pick up the power. He's small.
Well, I mean, Lucas Giolito was in Boston and he hammers him, so there's a couple home runs right there.
You know what? You're right. He did have a 2-homer game against Giolito when he was here. I just I understand where everyone's looking at Vlad to make that step back to where he was, or Springer, or Barshow makes sense because he's shown flashes. Alejandro Kirk relies on having a good eye and making a lot of contact, and all that's great when you can run. But if you're a singles hitter that is one of the slowest runners in the league, it's not good.
He's arguably slower than Yasmani Grandal.
Yeah, it's like I don't think that should be the piece that we're relying on taking the step forward in order to turn this offense into something else. If we're looking for something on the catcher side, I think hoping Danny Jansen can play 100 games would be a different story. That would be something that could turn this offense around. But I think it's time to stop thinking of Alejandro Kirk as being the guy that's going to turn the offense around. I just don't think he's that.
I don't think he turns it. I don't think either of those guys turn the offense
No,
around on their
no, no.
own. I think you did see like in 22 and 21 at points when Kirk was going and shooting balls to gaps,
Mhm.
it just lengthens your lineup and makes you that much longer. And he's driving it runs.
Yeah,
He's not putting the ball over the fence. It's not going to happen.
no.
A
I just
ton.
don't love him clogging up the base pass at first with a single in the gap.
No, you
Is
just
my
hate
concern.
it. You just hate it more so because he usually like Kevin Kiermaier bats behind him.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
kind
more
of the
so why
main
you hate
issue. Is
it.
like he's got to hit near the bottom of the order, and the bottom of the order guys are usually guys like Kiermaier and Varsho, who, if they get on, they have the wheels to take an extra base. But where are you going to go? I just don't. I don't. I don't love it. I don't like relying on him to be a guy that steps up and helps change the offense. But a lot of people seem to think that he's a part of it. I don't know. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. That's the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's literally the Blue Jays this week. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
This is like
Good week.
It's a
Yeah.
slow week.
For the boys.
It's usually a week where we do like something. I'm fucking
That was what, under 20 minutes,
maybe if that.
and I think maybe 15 of it was actually Blue Jays stuff. Not
Brant,
even.
Actually,
10?
Brant, we started recording at like 8:50. It's 9 o'clock.
Nice. 11 minutes,
11 minutes.
and we are done the Blue Jays.
Good stuff, boys.
Yeah. I
Hey,
don't know.
according to everybody's favorite weird tweeter, Michael Baboa,
Mm.
Jays are getting Jock Peters.
Mhm.
No.
So
thank
didn't Heyman say we're
Heyman say
one of the
us,
lead?
and, us and the Red Sox are the lead for Soler.
Right.
Oh,
Cool. I don't know. I hope something happens before the next podcast, because I
Yeah,
don't know if we
please.
can go less than this next time.
we're it's too early to do our
Just
hot take
somebody-
episodes. Like it's
like-
too early.
Somebody tell me where Mr. Reese Hoskins is, please.
Just tell me where somebody is going. Anyone. I don't
Yeah.
care
Like
who.
like Blake Snell, somebody, anybody. Like
Just someone, man. Josh Hader's still out there.
So I had a question for both of you
Mm-hmm.
that I was thinking about today.
Okay.
Put yourself in the shoes of Cody Bellinger. Say your two options are
I
Toronto
love how we didn't even mention him.
and the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you going to? If
I'm a
they're
little
giving you the
biased.
same money, if they're giving you the same money,
Um,
essentially my look is you're probably getting a 6 or 7 year deal. Cubs
Mhm.
farm system's elite. The Jays have
A better window now.
a real good team right now.
Yeah.
But that window could be closed in 2 years if Bo and Vlad both leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the thought.
But
process.
also, the Jays have shown their interest in spending money.
Yeah.
the Cubs.
So it's not.
The
Yeah,
Cubs
yeah,
kind
you're
of
right.
have.
Cubs kind of, but
I don't. I'm talking out of my ass here, but are the Cubs in that realm owner wise? Like, what are they? Like, I just don't see the Cubs as a team that's spent over the years. I could be completely off base.
To
I mean-
supplement, in what year did they win?
16.
17, 16? They went and got John Lackey, John Lester,
Jason Hayward.
Right.
Hayward,
No,
Zobrist.
Hayward was a big one. Zobrist.
Like, they did.
Zobrist made a lot of money too, right?
I think he did too. I'm trying to think. There were more.
I'm just trying to think, because like I don't. In my head, all I
Didn't they
think
have
of when I
Dexter
see the,
Fowler at one point too?
yeah, they did.
Mhm.
They gave him a good.
I think
chunk.
it was Dexter. I think Dexter Fowler and
Actually, no, they didn't pay him though. St. Louis paid him.
Was it St.
Like, they
Louis?
just had
Okay.
him,
Yeah.
and then he got paid elsewhere. I just think of the Cubs, and I think of how the fact that they let Rizzo, Bryant, and Baez walk, which was a good move in hindsight, but that was your three guys, and you didn't pay any of them.
I
So
know
to me,
one.
just mentally, I
It's-
can't get over the fact that they don't sign
Yeah,
anyone.
but they got the World Series.
Yeah,
And that window really was closed.
Yeah.
Arietta, another one.
mm-hmm.
I
True.
think they paid.
Of all the people
Um,
that they had, the one person they kept was Ian Happ.
Yeah, strange. They didn't keep
Like,
Contreras was another
who
one that they let walk.
arguably could be the best right now out of all of those players we just mentioned.
I would say
Maybe him and Rizzo.
Rizzo's up there.
Depending
But
on how
Also
you,
seeing
depending
stars the
on
entire
depending
year,
on
but-
how you see Wilson.
Who?
Contreras.
Oh, I thought you said Olsen. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm sure Matt Olsen would be really
Yeah,
good, but I don't
depending
think
on how
he's
you
a
see
Cub.
Wilson,
If he's
could
not a
be the best.
catcher.
I do love Wilson Contreras. That's a good comparison, actually.
So he's-
That's another one though that they just let him. They didn't want to sign him, so they traded him.
No, he just walked. the free agency
He
and went
walked.
to the Cardinals.
They didn't trade him. You're right.
He just walked. That's the thing. They didn't
It's
trade
weird.
him, and him and Ian before the trade deadline. Him and Ian Happ were in the dugout crying together
Oh,
because
yeah,
they're like,
yeah, right,
"Shit,
right.
we're not going to be here anymore."
But
And they were both still there.
I just don't get it.
I understand what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but if
They
your
also did pay
windows
Stroman.
if your
It doesn't
window's
make sense.
closed and it's not going to reopen, like you don't have the supplemental
Yeah.
No,
pieces.
you're right. I think
Then
you're
what's the
right.
point?
I see your line of thinking. It just, to me, that's what's sticking in my head in terms of like, do they spend money? And so
Yeah.
far in recent memory, I can't remember them spending a ton of money, and I think that's why I don't see them as
Yeah.
like what the Jays are doing, because like at
Yeah.
least the Jays have shown in recent memory that they're throwing out
Yeah.
cash to guys.
They have signed a top, like the Jays have signed
A top guy
a top 10, 5,
Yeah.
10 free agent every year for the last 4 years.
since the
Because
Ryu signing. Yeah,
Bassett was the
Bassett.
big one last year, right?
I think so.
Unless I'm completely blanking on the person that's on our
Because it was
team,
Bassett, Kiermaier,
and
Bell.
Belt, and yeah, so Bassett
And the Varsho trade.
in the Varsho
Varsho
trade.
trade.
Bassett was one of the top pitchers on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Year before that, it was
Yeah,
I guess
Gosman.
Gosman, and you traded for well, you didn't trade for Matt Chapman. Actually, no, before the 22
Yeah, you
season, you did trade for Matt Chapman.
They
Also
signed.
re-signed Barrios.
Yeah, they gave Barrios the money, and then Springer the year before,
Springer,
obviously,
and
and
Ryu
Ryu
the
the
year-
year before that. So
Yeah.
like they've shown
So-
that they'll do it.
Yeah. But like
Back to your question. Sorry, we went way off
basically,
base here.
are you taking the 2-year window now, or are you taking the idea of what that Cubs team could be?
I think it's the question of what do you believe in more, the Jays ceiling or the Cubs floor?
I don't think it's
think it might
necessarily
be
the
the other
Cubs
way around.
floor.
But
I
what
think
I
it's
like,
I think
I think it's the
honestly
Cubs
think it might be
ceiling
the
in
other
a
way
couple
around.
of years. I think just the Cubs aren't in their window right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cubs window was like, you can make the argument if the Cubs window is like this year or next year, like
I don't think so.
They have some prospects. I don't
they're
know
not that
them,
dude.
but
They're not that
but
far off.
everyone
of their
seems to
window.
be high on them.
I was-
I don't really
I
understand.
was
but
listening to FT today, and the guy on there said they're basically as good as they were last year, and then
Mhm.
proceeded to say they need a first baseman, a third baseman, and a center fielder.
They needed a first
So they're just as good.
before Imanaga. They needed a starting pitcher like
Well, and what's their bullpen?
Julian Merriweather,
I don't know. I don't even
Edbert
know who's there,
Alzolay, who I
honestly.
know is actually pretty good last year.
Yeah.
For them.
Back on
You know
your
what I
point
mean?
there,
Like,
Connor.
it's just-
I think it's more along the lines of what is the Cubs ceiling and the Jays floor. Because I think if you believe the Jays floor is a playoff team, then that's a chance you want to take. If you think the Cubs ceiling is like
World Series,
a division winner,
like
maybe you think you can push that over. Like, I think it's more along those lines.
I think if I'm looking at the two rosters right now,
Mhm.
I don't know if the Jays are necessarily a playoff team, but I think by the end of the offseason they will be with the additions they make and like
I think
maybe
they
a couple of the kids
could be right
maturing.
now.
I think they're a wild card team.
I think they're close right now.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much in the
but
same.
I'm saying
like,
if you sign Belly, I think you're a lock and you're
Mhm.
probably a World Series contender.
Mhm.
mhm,
If he goes to the Cubs, I think he makes them,
a division contender.
yeah, like a playoff contender. They're not a World Series contender.
No.
No, because
I think it also-
Bellinger goes back to the Cubs. Are they the
Hmm?
best team in that division?
It's not the Cardinals.
I would make the argument that it is the Cardinals.
I don't think it's the Cardinals.
If I was a betting man today, I'd be putting money on the Cardinals. To
Oh,
win
I
that
would be
division.
putting money on the Cardinals
I have
because I
I
know
just have
that-
such a bad
That rotation
picture
isn't
in my mind of the
amazing.
Cardinals. They're not
But
good.
dude, their rotation was like god awful last year.
Do you think
If
it
their
got better?
rotation is
Yeah,
fine.
and it got
Yes.
a lot of innings too.
They're innings eaters.
Sonny Graves a top 3
I
Cy
forgot
Young.
about Sonny
That's an
Graves.
ace.
Okay.
Kyle Gibson, you don't like him, eats
I don't
innings.
like him. He wasn't good.
Like
Wasn't Lance Lynn not good?
Michaelis, and
Michaelis
then,
Michaelis was not good.
it's just eating
Matt.
innings. You're just
Matt
eating
Matt's
innings.
Michaelis
not
was
good.
good.
Like all of these guys weren't good.
You're graze your horse.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Obviously.
fine.
This also like fully.
I forgot about
implies-
Sonny
Michaelis-
Gray, to be fair.
Michaelis has been good for the majority of his time since he came
Mhm.
back from Japan, I believe, wherever he was.
Can't remember.
Um,
He has been good. He
Yeah.
was not last year. He was very bad last year.
I haven't looked at Kyle Gibson's numbers, but I don't think they were awful. I also don't think Michaelis was like awful.
Michael
Lance Lynn
Didn't he give up
was.
like the most hits in the majors?
Maybe. Michaelis was 9-13 with a 4.78 in 35 starts. Holy shit.
Pitched a lot. What was his whip? Do you have it in front of you?
Whip was a 1.3. So
it's not great.
Not
not
amazing. You're not wrong.
also,
And
wait, are
then
you serious?
Do you have the stats from the year before, Connor?
they were better.
I
He was he not a Cy Young contender the year before?
I think he was an all-star.
He was an
Yeah.
all-star in 22. He had a where the fuck is it?
What year?
He had a 3.29 ERA. Like so.
It's 2018.
I think he's an easy bounce back candidate. I think Gibson is like he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Michaelis is your 2, and you're really
Michaelis,
banking on the bounce back. Also, don't they have some young kids that are like kind of nasty?
Tink Hence, I know is a yes, that is a name, Brant. Tink Hence.
In Kent's? Tink
Like
Hence?
yeah.
Okay.
They also did get a couple of guys from the trades that they did make with like the Montgomery and stuff like that. So they're not terrible. Also, Gibson was basically Michaelis last year, but
I was gonna say the same thing.
he had a winning record. Like
he gave up the most hits in the league.
I mean,
198 hits.
To be fair,
Michaelis or Gibson?
Gibson
did it in 192 innings. And how many innings did Michaelis have last year? 201. So like
1.31 whip for Gibson. 1.3, where'd it go? 1.33 the year before, 1.29 the year before that. He gives up a lot of base runners.
You're not wrong.
He's had a 4.73, a 5.05, and a 5.09 the last 3 years. Actually, sorry, the one was just in Philly, but
those are guys that are going to keep you in the game. And when you've got Goldie, Arenado, Gorman, Walker, Edman, whoever the fuck else they got plenty of like.
Can
that
you
lineup's
name
legit.
me 3 bullpen arms?
Helsley, Gallegos,
and Helsley.
Yeah, that's why I said 3.
And then Palante.
I don't know who that is.
Andres Palante or something.
That sounds like a card you got in MLB The Show, and that's the only reason you know the name.
No, I know. Like, blah, blah, blah.
I don't love the Cardinals. I don't love the Cubs either.
You don't love the NL
Do you
Central.
think the Cubs are better than them? I think the other argument at the moment
did better.
is the Reds.
I don't love the Reds pitching, but it has upside, like heavy upside.
The Reds ceiling is very high.
The division just fucking sucks. It's the same as the NL Central.
Yeah. I
It's
forgot the Reds
why
were
we
in
need
this
to
division.
just get rid of divisions.
The Brewers won the division last year, right?
Yes. And then proceeded to trade Hauser and
they let Woodruff
not
go.
sign Woodruff.
They got rid of Tyrone Taylor and Rowdy Tellez and like.
Yeah.
Didn't they pick up like Suarez or something though?
No, that was the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
I don't know. They're doing weird shit. I do have one more thing I wanted to say on the Jays that we kind of talked about last week, and I was thinking about it more, and I've understood where my frustration is. So
before we move on, back on the actual original question here that we just kept getting away
Bellinger.
from. I think if you put me in Bellinger's shoes, I think a lot of where I'm going to sign depends on where you're going to play me and what my role is too. Like, I think if I'm playing with the Toronto Blue Jays, I'm probably going to play a lot of first base.
I mean, he was doing that with the Cubs, though.
Yeah.
Does that matter to you? You're going to be healthy longer?
Maybe I want to play first base. I don't really know what the mindset is on Cody Bellinger.
If you're getting the same money either way, why do you care?
Longevity.
Also, if
you're 29, signing a 6 or 7 year deal takes you to 36.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
yeah, but I'd rather have another deal at 36 for 10 mil as opposed to $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
But one thing also is too, say the Jays do get Bellinger, they're not going to sign a DH. Be like, hey,
play DH.
You can DH as many times as you need, and we're not going to suffer on defense. Like,
that's the thing is like they can afford to have him not play the outfield, and they're still going to be damn good.
One of the best defensive outfields in baseball.
They were statistically the best.
They won the team Gold Glove last year.
Yeah.
If I'm him, I think I'm going Toronto. just because I think he puts this team over the top right now. And I don't think he does that for the Cubs. And banking on prospects doesn't always work out.
No,
be-
I
it's
think
gonna
I
be
think
Seen that a bunch of times.
he puts the Jays closer to a World Series than he puts
Yes.
than what the
closer.
Cubs would be.
So everybody, let's just be so happy when he signs with the Angels.
Oh yeah, this friggin' Cubs guy was like, yeah, they should just get Chapman and Hoskins and Bellinger and call it an off season.
Can we
Every
do that?
team remaining is saying that at the point. I think
Can the
we've
Jays
talked
do
about
that?
that on the podcast.
We talked about Bellinger in the
Let's take them all.
We
right.
moved Vlad to third so we could do something like that. Like
Yeah. We got people being angry at us for clickbait because of that.
I'm with it.
I'm still
with it.
very much in that.
I am too.
I'm still
Like-
so here for it. After watching that video on TikTok too, Vlad's a third baseman.
Okay.
Dude, the spin throw was great.
Okay, sorry, Nate. What were you?
We
gonna
gotta come out with Vlad to third shirts.
say? I'm in. Just I'll design it tonight.
Make
I will
Vlad
have
third
this
again.
posted tomorrow.
Make Vlad third again is the shirt.
Make Vlad third again.
That'd be great.
I'll come up with something tonight, and I will have this on the website tomorrow. We can buy them.
That's amazing.
All right, are we
It's
doing
amazing.
that? Are we doing the head to head? Or are we?
Okay, wait. I got one more quick thing because
Okay.
we talked last week about the scouting or player development, right? That was
Yes.
last week. So I thought more about this, and like they obviously do go hand in hand. I think my biggest frustration with the Jays is that you look at the way other teams have done it. They have so many prospects that are just coming up, and it's kind of like a stream.
Mhm.
And we were supposed to have that, but it's really been Bo and
haven't.
Vlad.
Yeah.
Jano came up and kind of whatever. Like Rowdy Tellez was supposed to be good. He was supposed to be a decent bat. Came up, nothing.
Never really was here.
No.
Like he got better after, but he wasn't here.
But then you look at like guys we talked about, like your Pearson, your Dwight Smith Jr.,
Anthony
Alford, guys we didn't talk about.
Richard
Jordan
Urania.
Groshans. Richard Urania is another one.
Jesus.
Otto Lopez right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Groshans and Conine were two top prospects in like that Vlad and Bo era.
Adam Kloffenstein.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Kloffenstein went for Hicks, didn't he?
I believe so. Someone, but he took
He's
him
another
forever
one.
to become half decent
Yeah.
again.
Like,
remember we took the flyer on Elvis Luciano and all we had to do was stash him in our pen because
And we
there was
did.
some weird
Yeah. Never worked
why
out.
wouldn't you? But nothing ever happened to him.
No. Yeah.
Miguel Geraldo or Manuel Beltre.
Manuel Beltre, no, but you're saying this, they're like 19. These guys are still like 19 with Geraldo and Beltre.
Are they both? Okay, those are bad examples.
They're both very young.
I'm trying to think of the names I'm missing though.
Miguel Castro, you could argue, never really got it
That was
together.
a while. We traded him within a year of pitching here.
Yeah. Well, he lost it really quick.
Can I look back at
But like even like Kevin Smith.
Riley Adams, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Riley Adams is another good one.
you know
That's just I think where my TJ Zoik.
TJ Zoik.
I'm gonna just go back to
Kind of where
27.
my frustration is coming from.
I'm just going back to 2017 with these Jays prospect rankings. Let's
And
see.
sorry, before that, Connor,
Yeah.
Biggio's another one because like you look at
You fucking watch your mouth.
no. Let me
No,
finish.
but like
Let
he
me
had
finish what I'm
two
saying.
great first, like two really good
Well,
seasons.
and you look at that Double-A year when
Yeah, he was the
they won it
MVP.
all, right? He was the
best guy on the
MVP
team.
and like
Yeah.
clearly the best player.
He was also 2 years older
that-
than the rest of them.
But that doesn't matter when you have two guys that are supposed to be generational talents, and
But
he's
again-
he's playing
Yeah.
better than them.
Yeah, you're right.
And you can
You know
make
what I
the
mean?
argument that
When he
was,
came up, we thought he was going to be better than this, did we not?
oh, for sure. Especially, but like,
Well,
to
especially his rookie
credit,
season.
His rookie
Yeah.
season, he was great.
He got
Mhm.
rookie of the
And
year votes, didn't he?
He
He
I
did.
think so. And in
He was
2020, he was arguably like the second best hitter on that team,
Yep.
behind like Teoscar or Lourdes. Like, they could be,
Yeah.
like,
No, so I wasn't trying to shit on him. I just think
Yeah.
like
He hasn't panned out either.
in
You're
that,
right.
he
Honestly,
hasn't come up the level we thought he would.
I think it's injuries. I think it was like
He has had some weird injury
he
troubles, like
basically-
nothing to keep him out of games, but enough to bother you so that you're everything.
but it was like
just weird.
shoulder and like neck.
Yeah.
Kind of
And
the
then
same with Jano too.
Oh, he
didn't
was
he
fifth
like
in rookie of the year voting
didn't he like didn't Kevin break a finger
on
on
a
like a ground
bare
ball?
hand and he played like dog shit the rest of the way.
Like, and then Bray, do
Yeah.
you remember the very end of the year, like the final series of 2021, where he came back and had the game of his life?
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 hits. He made a diving stop. He had like went
Yeah.
from second to home and like made a dumb slide. It was great. Like,
I think like
Um,
if you have him fully healthy, he might be able to show more than what he has been. But I think
Yeah,
in the
that's
grand
fair.
scheme, you're still right. Like he hasn't
yeah,
been what we were hoping he would be.
Yeah.
okay.
Which that hope might not have been accurate like
Warranted.
at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to hear this. Did you say 2017?
I went back to 2017 just to like. So Vlad is first.
Mm.
Sean Reed Foley.
That's another one.
That is another one.
Let's see. Anthony Alford, Richard Urania.
Jeff Hoffman.
Oh Jesus. Well, Jeff Hoffman's like, isn't that the same Jeff Hoffman that's on the Phillies?
Yeah.
He was. We can't really count that because we traded.
He never
him,
came up here.
Yeah.
We traded him when he
traded
was near the
him
top.
with Miguel Castro.
That was one we got away from because we knew.
Yeah, let's see.
Sorry, go
Okay,
ahead.
we got Rowdy Tellez, Connor Green, TJ Zoik, John Harris. These are top 10 guys.
Who?
Exactly. These are top 10 guys in 2017. Danny Jansen is number 9.
I'm sorry. I haven't
Hey,
heard
that's
Bo
kinda
Bichette
cool.
yet.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware. I haven't said Bo Bichette.
Okay.
Eric Pardinho was the 10th.
Sorry, that's the one I was thinking of. Pitcher when I said Lopez or whoever the two
The young two.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's not a spoiler. Bo Bichette does not appear on this list.
17, he wasn't
I
the
don't think he
super
was
prospect though, right? It was like 18. He came up in 19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
so,
just
yeah.
as a reference, I'm just gonna keep going here. Ryan Barucki,
Mm.
Edward Olivares.
Wait,
Olivares
Waiting.
that was on the Royals.
okay. I was gonna say.
Miguel Geraldo, Samad Taylor.
Sorry, yes, Geraldo's another one I was thinking of.
Yeah. Reese McGuire, Riley Adams, Ryan Noda, Kevin Smith, Hagen Danner in 2017. What the
Hagen Danner's
fuck?
still here, man.
In 2017.
He's still right here. He's right
This
there.
is a name that I have never heard of in my life. McGregory Contreras.
McGregory. All right. Connor
Leo-
McGregory.
Leo Jimenez, who was like 15 at the time of this.
I'm really starting to understand your point more and more as Connor goes down this list.
Max Castillo,
Max Castillo was supposed to be good too.
Thomas Pannone,
Oh.
Jordan Romano, Jonathan Davis, and Max Pentecost. That is your
Max
top
Pentecost
30.
was another one.
That is your top 30 in
He was supposed to be
2017.
sick.
Yeah, he never
Like-
panned out. That's tough.
There was
Man.
somebody in there that either
Oh, Jesus.
okay. You know who would be sick if we
Hmm?
didn't give up on right
Hmm?
now in our lineup? Harold Ramirez.
Oh my god, dude, he was on that he
Yep.
was on that championship team in AA.
Yeah, do you know the trade we got him for?
I don't actually know that one.
Wait. Well, you went to Cleveland, right? I feel like you went
I
to
said
Cleveland.
where we got him. I think we let him walk.
Where did we get him from?
He was not from Cleveland.
No, he went to Cleveland, is what I'm saying.
We got him along with Mr. Reese McGuire and Francisco Lariano
Oh, for Drew
or
Hutchison.
Drew Hutchison.
Oh.
Okay, just for reference, I went to 2018 and Bo Bichette is now number 2.
Okay.
In where, sorry? 20.
28, like the next year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Some
I
names
think
that
it was 17 he put himself on the map. That's
Yeah.
probably a preseason one.
another one, Logan Warmouth.
Yep, that's another one that falls in there.
Like, jeez.
Can you give me 19?
We have not developed an outfielder.
No.
Because 19 is a year where like you should have seen these guys in the league by now.
Okay, so 19, the top 4 at least are on. It's Vlad, Bo, Danny, and Nate. Your top 4 in 2019. Eric Pardinho was 5th. Jordan Groshans was 6th. Kevin Smith was 7. Adam Kloffenstein is 8. Sean Reed Foley is 9. Kevin Biggio is 10.
I like that we pretty well just named all of those guys saying they were
Yeah.
busts.
So 4 through 9 is no longer, or 5 through 9, I guess, is no longer on
5
the
through
team.
9. Yeah.
One of them was.
Groshan, Smith, Kloffenstein, Pardinho, and Reed Foley.
None of them are.
Is Pardinho still in the organization?
I don't even know where Pardinho is.
He is, according to this.
Oh,
So,
sorry. Pardon me.
he's at
Is he
fucking.
still a top prospect?
He's at
He was
A-ball.
also. But are you still looking at the fucking 2019 list?
Dude. Hold up.
I don't
It
believe
says, wait.
you. It's got to be for that year.
Yeah, it's
He
gotta
was
be.
also he was super young when we got him. I think he was like
Yeah.
15.
Let me see if there's like any other names. The Billy McKinney.
He's 23 now.
Jesus.
So I hope he's still not an A ball, but
He's an A plus.
oh god.
Yep.
Played pitch for Vancouver last year.
Don't even. Just a couple other
Good
names.
good year.
Jesus.
Great year.
Ooh.
Just
He would give Paolo Espino a run for his money.
just a
He had a
couple other names quickly.
731 in A ball.
Number 15 prospect in 2019, Trent Thornton.
Dog.
TJ Zoik and Griffin Conine. Patrick Murphy.
Kind of
Chavez
like
Young.
Wasn't
Like,
Patrick? Didn't
I don't know whether it's player development or it's scouting or it's both. It is
Something is
probably
wrong.
both, but like that has to be a big red flag.
like
something is wrong. You're right.
extremely. Like,
Yeah, that's tough.
I wish we just did this last week. It would have been a much more
I know.
coherent conversation.
It's not
But-
it's terrible. Like,
Yeah.
man.
Jeez.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, let's fire
move
this
on.
head to head real
Connor,
quick.
what do you
Alright.
got for us, man?
All right. Again, are we doing 10 or 15? I feel like
Just tell us what it is first before
it
you
is
ask that.
most postseason home runs in a career.
Fuck.
By the Jays?
No,
No,
this is
just generally.
MLB. I did
Oh,
this
fuck
because
me.
when I looked at the names, they're literally every name you know.
That's
Okay.
fine. I'm not gonna. Sure.
Fuck it. You want strikes?
No, let's do 15.
Okay. So I will say
I gotta be honest. I don't have one name coming to mind right now. So
there's a
I
couple.
have one.
There's hold up. I'm gonna just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I have one.
6.
I'm really hoping to go first.
There's at least
I don't
seven.
think you're gonna say it anyways.
There's at least 7 guys on here that have played within the last. All of these,
Yeah.
majority of these guys have played within the last 3 years.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, I've got a couple. Come to think
okay,
of it.
Let me flip a coin on my real quick. Are we doing
What?
game scoring? Nate? Yep, right. Nate, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you keeping track of this 1 to 15 here, Connor? You got
Yeah, I have it at
numbered
the
out.
bottom of the sheet. So
Okay, so sorry, you said most of these guys have played in the last few years.
yeah, like
That
I
threw
know
me for
why
a
too.
loop.
So
1, 2,
Why?
3,
we'll
4,
get there when I answer my first
5,
one because I'm not giving
6,
anything away yet.
7, 8. There's 8 of the 15 that have literally played within like the last. I'll give it like 6 years.
Holy fuck! I wasn't thinking 8, but okay.
Like it's very like.
All right, Nate. Start us off, pal.
Do you want the floor for home runs as well? Like
Sure.
No,
the floor
wait.
is 17.
I'm gonna go with Dave Winfield.
Are you talking about like Nate? This is league, the MLB, not the Jays.
I know.
Okay, not Dave Winfield.
Holy fuck, that's not even who I was.
Oh, I know. I think I know who you're talking. Like you wanted to
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
No, Dave
Yep.
Winfield is not on there. And if
Yep.
Prant, come on, give me a name.
I'm not going away from my own thought process
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
it's just gonna fuck me up. But Jose
Go ahead.
Altuve.
Jose
Fuck
Altuve
me.
is second on this list
So hard.
with 27. Oh,
Reggie Jackson is who I meant to say.
holy shit, dude.
How did I end up with Winfield?
Reggie
That's the same
Jackson
thing.
is in a like 4-way tie for 10th with 18.
Fuck. Give me George Springer.
George Springer is I got it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 18.
18.
So no Brent.
You don't give me. Don't. I need every point I can get.
Yeah, so
Give me Bregman.
Alex Bregman is tied with George Springer. He is at number 6. So
This doesn't seem right. Bryce Harper. No way.
in my tradition, with these head-to-heads, Bryce
16th?
Harper is 16th. Ironically, with 16 home runs.
Damn it.
Give me Corey Seager.
Corey Seager is
Really?
literally in between Bregman and Springer with 19 as well.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is not on here.
Okay. That was dumb. I completely forgot about the Dodgers, to be honest.
Poppy.
Poppy is 14
Mm.
with 17.
A-Rod?
Alex Rodriguez is not on here.
That was going to be my guess. I'm going to go Pujols.
Albert Pujols is 9th. He is also tied with 19.
You're so right. You're so right. Nelson Cruz?
B. Brandt. Nelson Cruz is on here. He's number 11. I mean, I say number 11. He's tied for 10th. It's a fucking four-way tie.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Gotta stay alive a little bit here.
Justin Turner.
Justin Turner is not on here.
I was just going longevity.
That's fair.
I feel like this doesn't this isn't connecting in my mind, but like Babe Ruth,
No.
like no one from that era, I'm assuming. Not enough playoff games.
There's one player from that era.
Okay.
There's one player. I'll say that.
Barry Bonds.
It is not Barry Bonds.
No, Barry didn't
Well,
play in a
he's not from
playoff
that
run.
era.
No, but
Oh shit!
I'm still
remember
scrolling.
Barry and Babe
I'm still
swatting it out together.
I'm scrolling here. I'm down to like 13 home runs, and I don't see Barry's name.
He only had one playoff run, did he not?
Did he? Oh, Jesus.
No, I think he had a couple.
He must have.
I don't know if he had any with the Giants because they almost played us in
They had the World
92 or
Series.
93. I don't
Like,
remember
the
which
Giants
one.
had the World Series run in 02, but
Speaking of pure longevity, I'm going Pablo Sandoval. Or did you already say that? I wasn't paying attention.
no. Why would anybody say Pablo Sandoval?
Because he was in 4 straight World Series
That doesn't mean.
or 3 of 5 World
That's because
Series.
he had that one.
And he had an MVP the one year.
Yeah, because he had a 3 home run game.
16 is not very hard when you're in fucking that many playoff games.
17.
17, sorry. How many do you have?
I don't fucking know. It's not on here.
He was the
Correa.
only one a part of all 3. Oh, Correa's
Thank
on
you.
the list.
Carlos Correa.
Correa's
Number 10.
totally on the list.
He has 18.
Yordan Alvarez isn't on the list, is he?
Brant, he's played in like 4 playoffs.
I know, but he had like 13 this year.
I was thinking about it.
No.
He had
I
a
was gonna go
ton
there
this
before
season. That was
Correa.
kind of why I thought of it.
Bernie Williams.
Bernie fucking Williams, number 3 with 22.
That's insane.
This isn't right, but I'm going to say it anyways. Alfonso Soriano.
Moving on, Nate. What's your guess? Holy shit, Brant.
I can't think of anyone.
I'm prefacing this with I don't think it's right, but I'm gonna go with Miggy.
Miguel Cabrera is not on here. I will say this: there is of the 5 you have remaining, I do believe only one player is still current.
Brant.
I need to get the rest.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, Brant's got to run the table. So
I've gotten
only one
3.
current.
I
Only
need
one
to get all
one
the
of
rest
the
of them.
remaining 5 is current.
Sorry, 5 are current.
No, one of the remaining 5 is current.
Okay. No.
I would give you a hint, but like Nate's
Yeah, I know.
These names are their household names. They're not like
No
honestly, Bernie Williams was like the most obscure name on this list.
Okay.
He was.
I feel like I'm overthinking this, but I
banged on those Yankees.
Oh, you are for sure very overthinking this list. Like, just think.
I want to say a Yankee, but I can't think of any fucking Yankees. Other than the big Yankees that just I know didn't hit a lot of homers, and I'm just
Well,
gonna
say
keep
a
throwing them
Yankee
out
that
there.
didn't hit a lot of home
Give me
runs.
Derek Jeter then.
Fucking Derek Jeter.
Did he?
Thank you.
I didn't think he had
He's
that
number 5.
many. And A-Rod's not on here?
He's 20.
Jorge Posada.
No, Jorge Posada's
That
not
was
on here.
another one. Hideki Matsui.
No, Jesus. Got it. You're just going Yankees.
That was gonna be my next guess. I went Jorge over Matsui.
I'm
Okay.
just going guys that I know played a lot of playoff games, and I don't know, man.
Dude, there's a current the current player is someone that's like you'd be like, oh shit, he did play a lot of playoff games, like, and he did hit piss missiles, like, or he does, should I say, like,
Still does?
still does.
For who?
No.
Can I give you I can give you the league, and that's the farthest I'm going.
No, don't.
Okay, like
I'm running out of names.
these dude, these 4 names are not like it's just,
Willie Mays,
no,
Carlos Beltran?
no,
Hank Aaron.
no, guys. Do you remember when you someone asked of like all the way back in that era? You still haven't got that player. When you
No, I gave up on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
there's a player still there. Like,
There's so many players from that era, and there's only one to guess. There's like 45 guesses to be had.
Yeah.
you want the teams for the last 4?
There's only 4. Yeah, give me the teams.
Okay. I guess this guy you could say. Actually, no, I'm gonna give you his most recent team. So.
Oh no. Kyle Schwarber.
Fucking Kyle Schwarber.
You fucking cocksucker.
Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, that's your current player. So
I got a fucking chance here, Nate.
okay,
I know.
One is the like okay, number 1. I picked Red Sox because it's the team that he like most synonymous in the playoffs with. 13, guy he only played with the Yankees, and 15, you would probably know him as a Twin, or like a
I'm gonna kick myself on this. Is Manny number 1?
Manny Ramirez is number 1.
Yeah, I do it.
29 home runs, Manny
I
Ramirez.
should have said Manny.
Well,
I might have had a chance. Damn.
No, I had Schwarbs.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, he fucked up and went Cubs
so you-
/ Nats, and then
I was gonna
he
I
started
was typing,
picking up
I'm like,
Phillies, then
fuck.
Cubs / Nats, then
I
Phillies.
should have just went
Like,
Cubs. I'm like,
And then as soon as he did that, he clicked. I'm like, still hits nukes. I'm like, yeah, that's Schwartz.
I was gonna tell you that he hit the most home runs. He has the record for the most
Twins and all.
left-handed home runs.
Paul Molitor?
No,
Yankees is obviously the one from that era, and I'm not sure which guy it is, so I'm gonna go Gehrig.
no, it's not Lou Gehrig.
Joe D?
Nope.
Mantle.
There you go, Mickey Mantle.
I was between Gehrig and Mantle, so
Okay.
I know the fucking Twins one, and I can't think of his goddamn name.
Do you want me to just... Oh, actually, I fucking spelled Philly.
Oh, it's obviously Trevor Plouffe.
He-
Guardians.
I guarantee you he did not play for the Guardians.
Fine. It's here. I'll fucking.
Either way,
I don't care if you change it, but
Is it me?
Yeah, is it
Jim Tomey?
yeah.
Jim fucking Tomey?
Yeah.
Oh, that checks out.
Yeah, Jim Tomey. It has the least, or it has the least of this list. Tied with David Ortiz. So there you go. So
9-6.
I
granted, wait,
came back
Brent,
way hotter than I thought I
Brent,
would.
Brent, I just realized you
Yeah.
said Carlos. You said Carlos Beltran, right?
Yeah.
He's number 17.
You motherfucker. I got 16 and 17?
Here's a name that you guys would have never got if I went to like 20.
Mm.
Fucking Jason Worth is like is 18.
He had some big years with the Nats.
That checks out. He was also on those Phillies teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to round out the top 20, it was Harper, Beltran, Worth, Babe Ruth, David Justice.
David Justice.
That Oakland A's run, man. What a legend. You gotta pay for soda here?
It's $1, man. Welcome to Oakland. Wow.
I'm sorry. Just after David Justice,
Mm.
there is a Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 7-way tie with 13 home runs.
Okay.
And one of these names is not like the other.
Okay.
Andrew Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Edmonds.
Okay.
Miguel Cabrera.
Okay.
Matt Holliday.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Turner. Aaron Judge. And Kike Hernandez.
Kike had some runs with the Dodgers.
Dude, the Red Sox run.
He's also been in the playoffs for like
every year, and he
7 or
made
8
like
years.
deep runs every time he went.
Well, that's why I guess Turner after I guess
I was
Seager,
trying to get Dodgers, but there
Turner's
just
the
wasn't any.
Turner was the only other one that made sense. And then I guess Bernie, because I didn't think Jeter would have. And I was like,
I didn't think
Bernie
Jeter
was
would.
Bernie was the pop stick over Matsui and
Yeah.
those other guys, and A-Rod didn't play there long enough.
I got a question just in the interest of Nate. Where does Hunter Pence rank?
Fuck off.
Is he on the list?
I definitely didn't see him. So
He should be, I would say, because he had Phillies
A lot of
runs, he
runs.
had Giants runs, and he had Astros runs, did he not?
I don't recall a single homer from Hunter Pence with the Giants, though.
Maybe not. Was he with the good Astros or the bad Astros?
I think
He was the bad Astros.
Definitely the
wasn't
bad Astros. They were never the good Astros until like 2016 or 17 or
he?
whatever it
Yeah,
was.
I'm thinking Josh Reddick.
Yeah, oh, fuck that guy. What's up?
I have Hunter Pence's postseason home run numbers.
2?
Fucking 2.
Nice.
2 in 43 games. And
just a clubhouse guy, though.
And both of those came in. He was in the postseason.
With the Giants, right?
No, they were both with the Giants.
Really?
He had 4 postseason runs, 3 with the Giants. But in 2011, he played 5 games with the Phillies, didn't have a home run. In 2012, he played 16 games with the Giants, had 1 home run.
Nice.
In 2014, played 17 games with the Giants, had 1 home run. And then in 2016, played 5 games and had none. So
can we talk about the fact that Brand goes, Pablo Sandoval, just because he was there so much.
He was there so much, man.
He sucked.
And I know he had a 3-homer game at one point. Did he not?
yeah, he did.
So he probably has 3
That's
home
3.
runs.
All he needed to do was hit 13 more in like 50 games.
Brant.
Yeah.
Brant, he has 3 times as many as Hunter Pence.
So he has 6?
He has 6.
So he had 3 home runs in the rest of his runs?
All of them came in that
me.
one postseason.
Wow. Damn.
I mean, granted, one of these does count as just the 2020 with the Braves when he had 3 at-bats.
Nice.
So.
Fuck me. I just see Pablo. I was thinking Posey too, but Posey was terrible in the playoffs.
That's fair. All right, let's want to quickly go around the league for some what the fucks.
Can we talk about the Hall of Fame ballot? Just quick.
Oh yeah, I did bring that up.
It sucks.
Is this the least likable Hall of Fame ballot of all time?
No.
Depending on your stance with Clemens and all them. And
yeah, not even close because you had Big Mac, Sosa, Clemens, Bonds.
Like
Vizquel was on those ballots too. I think A-Rod and Manny were on them at points.
These are sure. I'm trying to find the fucking 2024 one here. I keep pulling up the wrong ones.
I don't think it's that dislikable. I think there's like 4 guys.
Let's just. So, if I'm not mistaken, Andrew Jones was a domestic abuser. He's in some sort of court case.
Don't just throw allegations.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
He's in something. It might not have been domestic abuse, but it's no. Gary Sheffield was. No, Gary Sheffield was steroids.
His child is also an ass.
Right. Look up Andrew Jones for me because I think there was something with Jones. Gary Sheffield, steroids related. Beltran was the ringleader of the Astros cheaters. A-Rod is A-Rod. Manny's Manny. Omar Vizquel is a piece of shit. Andy Pettit's a steroid guy.
You were right, by the way.
Yeah, domestic abuse, right? Yeah.
Recent or like playing career? What? I don't remember ever hearing that.
Now there is a couple that are. Is what's his nuts not on? Oh, Vizquel's on that.
Vizquel's still there. Andy Pettit with steroids.
Bartolo Colon, domestic abuser.
Also steroids.
And steroids.
Jose Reyes.
Jose Reyes, domestic abuser.
What?
Chase Utley obliterated fucking thingy.
Wait, Nate, did you not know this?
Yeah.
When was that?
That's
When
why
he
they
was playing.
traded him. That's a big reason why they traded him for Tulo.
No, it was after that because it was when he was in Colorado. It came out.
Oh yeah, I just remember Don LaGreca being like just the greatest clip of the difference between the Army veteran and Jose Reyes is we know Jose Reyes beat his wife.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot
I
of
don't
pieces
remember
of
any of
shit
this.
on this ballot.
Yeah, man. Like,
I was thinking more steroids and shit like that.
But,
when you're
like-
talking
No, that's what I
about it,
mean. Like
but
it's there.
you also had- you
It's got a
also
fair
had-
share of steroid users, but it's also got a lot of just
You also had
bad
Kurt
people.
Schilling on some of those other ballots.
God. Oh,
You're right. He
Jesus.
was there for 10 years, so
Yeah.
that's fair. There are some really good guys on here though. Like Mark Burley's on here. Torrey Hunter seems like a good guy. Adrian Beltre seems like a good guy. Wasn't he linked to steroids at some point? No,
I
right?
don't think so.
I think he was linked to just being
Brand's just firing shots.
right, man.
Like I got
Dude.
nothing. I'm just
Matt
firing.
Holliday lit houses on fire when he was a child.
The opinions of Brant DeBow.
What
The opinions of Brant DeBow do not affect his.
No, the only
opinions
one I've been
alone.
wrong about Beltre definitely wasn't steroid. I don't know
Your-
why.
the
I
opi- your
linked that.
When
opinion
did
alone.
Matt Holliday light him?
He didn't. That was a
What?
I'd be like, yo, someone
Um,
go get Jackson a
Jose Bautista was never proven, but that man was definitely on steroids after 2010. Don't tell me otherwise. I don't know how he never got caught, but that guy hit like 3 home runs for like 15 years and then 54 all of a sudden. Come on now.
I mean, he did go from 13 to 54.
You know who else
That's what
never
I'm
got
saying,
caught?
dude.
You know who else never got caught? Eric Thames.
Yeah,
Oh my
He-
God.
He went
Because
to
he
the
did it all
KBO,
overseas and came
he
back.
took steroids. He came
Yeah.
back, no more.
Yeah,
Dude.
he stopped taking them when he was here.
Dude,
I was benching 5,000
I have a picture with
pounds.
Blue Jays Eric Thames, and it literally looks like when Eric Thames came back, it looks like he ate that Eric Thames.
No, he evolved. Like
He was a
fucking
Pokemon.
Pokemons or
He
something.
was a Pokemon.
David Wright, great guy.
Like,
Joe Mauer,
Jesus.
great guy.
bro, he was a fucking muscle hamster. He was 5'11", 240.
Crazy, dude.
Jesus. All muscle.
Matt Holliday could still play in the show. But yeah, generally the entire left side of this ballot that I'm looking at, a lot of the returning candidates, bad people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to look this up. You know how in Baseball Reference they have nicknames?
Mhm.
Do you want to know one of Eric Thames' nicknames? Was Phone Home.
Phone home. E.T.
E.T. Phone.
Oh, I don't mind that.
What the?
I like it.
No,
It's clever.
it's not the worst one I've heard.
No,
Most of them are
exactly.
like just adding a Y to the end. of your
Exactly.
name.
That's way better.
Thamey.
Thamesy.
Jesus, that's
Yeah,
just
done.
hockey.
Yeah, that's such a hockey thing.
Lindy, Hillsy, Wellsy.
Oh, yeah, literally though.
I remember the literally was all those guys' nicknames.
Yeah.
What was your nickname Lenny, Nate?
No, I've had people call me Lenny.
Brant was just Dubsy.
Never been Dubsy in my life. I think that's so stupid.
I'm calling you Dubsy.
You got Shoresy and not Dubsy.
Dubsy 1 and Dubsy 2.
Yeah, we got too many fucking DeBose to do that.
Speaking of ET phoning home,
Huh?
congratulations, Mitch Haniger. You are our Seattle Mariner.
I need you to
I thought
explain
we-
why
can-
that connects.
Can we just pause here for a second? I thought we
Yeah.
were talking about the ballot a little more.
Don't
Yeah,
fuck
we
that
can talk.
ballot,
I wanted
piece
to
of
ask-
shit.
No, because
Okay.
I've been thinking about this today.
Hmm?
Which is worse?
Hmm?
The Astros shit or the steroid shit?
I said this
Because-
in our chat but I'll say it again. I think the thing with the Astros is that they were the only ones that got caught. And to me, it's just like that was one group getting the advantage or one entity getting the advantage. Whereas the steroid thing, a whole shit ton of names came out at a time. Every single time people got caught.
It was widely known.
So I think,
And
and,
it's still
there's
happening.
just so many steroid users that it's kind of like, it's bad. I think the Astros thing was worse.
I'm just gonna go. We've all played baseball.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask any baseball player, would you rather be twice to 3 times as jacked,
Mhm.
or know what pitch is coming every single
I
time
wanna
you're
know what
standing in the
pitch is
batter's
coming.
box? Being jacked doesn't make you hit home runs.
No.
You still have to make the solid contact and read the
Yeah.
pitch and do all this. You can't be some shit ball
If I'm driving
in
the ball on the ground, it doesn't
AAA.
matter.
No,
This is kind of related to the thing, but like I remember I was
I
listening
think
like
it's if it's me, I'm taking knowing what's coming.
Mm.
I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
okay,
If you
in
gave, I'm just gonna say, if you gave Bonds, if Bonds knew what he was coming pre-steroids Bonds, I bet you he could hit fucking 65 in
I
a
mean,
season.
he was a 3-time MVP pre-steroids. Like
That's what I mean.
he was amazing.
I'll be honest, the English was a tough one there. If Bonds knew what he was coming, he'd be.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
All right. So I just kind of relates
I
to
think
this
he
still.
knew.
But I was listening to an interview with it was an interview on Redacted Guy's channel. I don't want to say his name. He had Kenny Lofton on. This guy who went over to Japan.
Got it.
He was talking
Oh.
to Kenny Lofton, and Kenny Lofton, like they were talking about the Astro stuff, and Kenny Lofton was like, he'd rather know location than type of pitch.
Hmm.
So, like, you guys agree with that?
Yeah, you
would
could pinhole.
Would you rather know location or pitch type?
I think it depends. Obviously,
I can read a pitch and see what's coming. If I know where it's going at the end of it, I can just wait on it or jump on it.
I think I'd rather know pitch type.
For me, like genuinely, I don't want to know either. I think if I
Mhm.
want, if
it's
I
fair.
wanted to know, I would get in my own head too much, and like I've had guys try and relay me signs, and I'm like, I legitimately don't want to know.
Mm.
I think I'd rather location. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I
I think that makes sense. For the
But I'm
most part, I'm
also
able to pick up on
playing,
something
yeah.
spinning. I think that's a little easier to do. But if you know ahead of time, like this is where I'm swinging. This is where my swing is set up to be. I'm going to put the barrel of the bat in this zone,
The other
regardless
thing
of
is,
how the
You
ball
got to
gets there.
recognize
if
fastball
you
or
see,
curveball or
Yeah.
something.
not even necessarily like if they've given you like a good, the catcher's set up low,
Mhm.
and you see the pitch coming in chest height or whatever. Hey, it's a 12-6
It's dropping. Yeah.
or a splitter or something. It's
Yeah.
the bottom's
Exactly.
falling
You
out
know
of
it's going to
this,
break.
right? Like,
Yeah.
or if he's set up high, if
Probably going to be a
somehow
fastball.
they're telling you it's high and you see it coming out high, it's fastball.
Yeah. No, it makes more sense.
Either way, I think that is a much bigger advantage than steroids.
Yeah. It's great that you can
Have you
hit the ball 117 miles an hour, but if you're hitting it straight in the dirt, who fucking cares?
have you ever heard of a guy that like didn't have the tools and just became great because of steroids? Because I
Chris
can't think of one.
Colabello for a month.
I mean, you can argue that
He wasn't even like pop though, man. Like
He
was
was in the
like,
playoffs. He had like 2 or 3 homers.
but like if you look at
But you're right.
his season, it
Yeah.
was like he had the highest BABIP ever. It was like a
Mhm.
400 BABIP.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
I'm trying to think.
If
I
you
mean,
want
they
to say
all have
Joey
the tools.
Bats,
They got
but
there.
like, yeah,
Like at the end of the day, like everybody that is in the league that's on steroids had the tools to get there. They just found a way to get to the
what
next level.
percentage of professional athletes, baseball players, whatever,
Hmm.
do you think have used something banned?
I think it's more than you'd think.
Not necessarily just in their pro career. There's no testing.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I think it's more than you'd think.
And I have heard from like very good sources about high school players doping because especially during COVID,
Mhm.
like apparently
Yeah.
guys were doing it a ton because there was no testing. You weren't going in any showcases. You couldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
You
just
were
get
sitting
big.
at home working out, just get big.
But I mean, even growing up playing baseball, like you go to the States and it's like I'm 16, 15 years old, and these kids, all of them have like 100 pounds of muscle on me, and like they're 4 or 5 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
Like I think there's something different going on, and like that's not even like among the higher levels of fucking kids that are gonna make it. That's just like random high school teams. But I think it would be more than you think.
I
Not
think it's a
in
lot
the. I
more
don't
than
think
you would
more
think.
guys in the pros are taking steroids currently than you'd think.
I've this has been my thought process for years. I think doping is always ahead of testing. They've got you look at like um the A-Rod documentary, the one on Netflix, Juiced or whatever that they did with the little kids. Like the only reason A-Rod and Braun got caught were because they were fucking idiots. Like I forget
They're
Tony.
open about it.
I forget what his name was. But he was like, it's foolproof. But like Braun was doing way too much, and like, but it was shit like that. Like I still firmly believe that doping is ahead of the testing by far, and I think steroids isn't the right term, but I would
some
bet
type
at
of
least
performance enhancers.
A third of professional athletes are using performance enhancers, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 50.
Do we want to talk about the rest of the league real quick?
Yeah, because ET phone home. Mitch, do you want me to explain why I had Mitch Haniger?
Yeah,
because he went home.
Was
because
that
he
going?
went back to the Mariners.
Did he call them?
The Mariners are like green, isn't ET kind of like grayish green?
No, he's like brown, dude.
I don't know. I haven't fucking seen ET since I was like 6.
ET is like a brown. It's like a tan.
I've actually never seen the movie ET, so
I don't know if I've seen it start to finish.
What is wrong with your generation?
Hey, in fairness, I don't think I've ever seen it. Like I've seen
what
bits
I
and pieces
lack-
of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Side tangent. What I lack in old movies, I make up for in old music. Like,
What old music do you listen to?
bro, I listen to nothing but like 80s and 90s R&B. Like, I'm all over the shit. Like,
Little
I don't listen
Boys
to
to Men.
little
I'm
Boys to
like-
Men, little New Edition, Johnny Gill specifically. Oh, I go down.
You lost me after Boys to Men. I'm not a big 80s 90s R&B guy. That's just where I
That's
where
fair.
I land, and that's where
But
I
you know
stay.
who is a big 80s and 90s R&B guy? Not Robbie Ray, because he's a bitch.
I go like 60s to modern in country rock. That's pretty well it.
Yeah.
But
This is what
Just
happens.
Brandon.
This is what happens when we have no Blue Jays and we're just filling time.
We're just all over the map. That's fine. It is what it is.
It's beautiful.
The San Francisco Giants finally completed the Kevin Gausman for Robbie Ray trade.
They really did.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened here. Robbie Ray won't be back till midseason, I think, right?
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted this. If this was 2021, this is a fucking blockbuster. Haniger hit like 280 with a fucking 800 OPS.
For the Cy Young winner.
had like a 2 or a 3-2 or something, and Robbie Ray just came off a Cy Young.
Wasn't DeSclafani with the Mariners in 2021?
No, he was either in
so fast.
LA maybe or San Fran.
Is it DeSclafani that also hits?
No, that's Michael
Lorenzen.
Lorenzen?
Even more reason to get him. I didn't even think of that. He was.
I swear it was DeSclafani.
No, it was fucking Lorenzen. He was the one in the dugout pumping iron
with Derek Dietrich.
How do you not like Michael Lorenzen? That's just pure vibes. Guy's a stick. He pumps iron.
Again,
when our City Connect jerseys come out and they're just vests, like we got Michael Lorenzen.
Not even talking about Mitch. We're not even talking about Mitch Haniger or Robbie Ray or anything like that. So that's where we're at now. But yeah, the Giant. Does it make sense for either side? Does it make sense for the Giants?
It makes sense for the Giants.
I think so.
I
think it makes sense for
their pitching. The Giants' pitching was thin, and they just said, "Oh wait, we're just gonna trade for a guy that won't pitch for half a year, and we're gonna trade away one of our starters."
Disco was shit. I think it's like he's going to the Mariners to be a depth piece.
Disco was a body at least, like.
Yeah, but he's going to the Mariners to be a depth piece. They also needed outfield help after losing what's his name that they traded?
Kelnick
to the Braves. Yes. Losing Kelnick. So like they're hoping for a little bit of a resurgence with Haniger. I think he was also like a fan favorite there. So that's not bad.
They also just weren't going to use Ray even when he came back.
Yeah, he was arguably the 6 when he got back. Like,
so it just doesn't really, I don't know. I think the trade makes sense for both sides. I think come mid-season, Robbie Ray will be a nice boost to that Giants rotation. And then the other two, I don't know, just pieces for Seattle.
What do you mean? That's the Mariners starting outfielder right there, Mitch Haniger.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe interesting.
Disco's probably your long man, I'm assuming.
Other than Julio, that outfield fucking sucks.
Well, we can move on to the next trade.
Oh, I'm okay. I lied. Never mind. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Luke
I don't know
Raley,
who the other one is.
Luke Rayleigh goes to the Mariners for Jose Caballero.
Apparently, this Caballero guy's sick.
He's pretty good. He's
If
really
he's
good
going to
base.
the Rays, he's gonna be good.
He's a really
He's
good.
like,
he's a really good.
you know how
baseball player.
MLB's put out those graphics for like, 5 guys that could win Rookie of the Year or whatever, or best
Caballero
hitter.
has been on
He's
there.
been in there. So, I didn't know he was that good, but
Luke Rayleigh also had like a high 8s OPS though, so I think it's a good trade both ways.
yeah, I think he's a platoon guy, right? Is he a lefty?
Luke Rayleigh, yeah,
Something
he's a
like that.
lefty.
He got
'Cause I
hurt.
think he only played about 100 games.
He did get hurt. But yeah. It's an interesting move. I don't trust trading with the Rays ever because people that leave the Rays fall off a cliff and people that go to the Rays become all-stars. So
I like that he is no longer in our division because Luke Rayleigh and Jake Fraley is too confusing for me.
isn't
So,
there also a Brooks Rayleigh?
yep, there's an I in that one though.
Oh, is it?
There's a
I thought it was
relation.
spelled the same way.
No, it's spelled the same.
I thought
Is it?
was.
Are
Yeah.
they related?
No.
I'm not.
Well,
that
they're
I'm
at least
aware of.
not brothers. I looked that up.
Where the fuck's Brooks Rayleigh? Why are there so many?
He was also on the Rays at one point.
I don't know. This confuses me.
He was one of the guys that didn't wear the pride patch. I saw a tweet about that. That's the only reason I know.
Was Richie Palacios in St. Louis?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
I don't
Richie-
like this.
Is there a relation to Josh?
I-
Yeah, they're
Palacios?
brothers.
They're brothers.
Okay. He was good
Which-
down the stretch.
They were going to be in the same division, which was kind of cool.
Dude.
Where's Josh?
Josh is with the Pirates.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
I think he's starting outfielder for them, I think.
Mhm.
What are you saying, dude, for?
Did fucking Richie Palacios last year was kind of dirty when
Yeah.
he played.
He's
was
the
good.
younger one too, I think, right?
Yeah. Like,
I remember
Is
him
he-
putting up good numbers when he came up.
Is he an outfielder?
yeah. He had an 823 OPS.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Like,
him.
That's what I thought. Tampa, man. Fuck's sakes.
He's an 84% contact rate and 88.3% barrel rate.
I can name
Is-
a third pitcher in St. Louis's bullpen. They have Andrew Kittredge.
Yeah, you can enter
There you go,
now.
guys.
Yeah,
It
That's who
only
was
took you
traded
an hour.
for him.
It's fucking full circle on the kitchen train. Like,
Andrew Kittredge is like, he's younger.
No, he's like
No,
old as
he's not.
shit.
Is he?
He's
I
gotta
thought
be
he
at
just
least
looked old as
30.
shit, but he was younger. Not
He's, like,
younger
gotta be
as in like 24,
mid-30s.
but like 27, 28, right?
I want to say 32 to 36.
oh, okay. I read that wrong on Baseball Reference. I thought it said he was 27, but he made his debut when he was 27.
Oh, okay.
He's 33.
Okay, but that's still not, he looks like he's like 40.
It's not young.
It's not a
And
spring
it's still
chicken.
not young, but it's younger than he looks. I see him as like like he's ready to retire. I don't know what it is with him.
Speaking of
If you
ready-
said he was 26, if you said you thought he was 26 and he's 33, we are dead center between four.
way off.
So you were just as far off.
Yeah.
Speaking-
that was
on
not
either
right
end.
track. We were both wrong.
Speaking of wanting to retire,
Eh.
Red Sox fans, boy, y'all, it's not been your off season.
No.
So apparently,
But they got Lucas Giolito.
Masataka Yoshida has been drawing trade interest from other
Yeah.
teams.
They
Like,
Jared Carabas had a good point on the podcast when he said
bro, it's so funny.
it's tough to draw players that aren't interested to being Red Sox
Yeah.
when you can't even get players that want to be Red Sox to come and sign.
I mean, and this also
Kind of brutal.
leans into the first player on the free agents that we talked about because
Yes.
he was talking about Teoscar Hernandez.
Yes.
who
It was
signed with
like
the Dodgers.
it should have been a done deal that he was going to the Red Sox. He wanted to be a Red Sox. And the
Yeah, 'cause he
Dodgers
had-
gave him a year and he took it.
23 and a half. Really, they gave him like a year and 15.
Well,
because
apparently
$8
the
million is
Boston
deferred.
deal was 2 years,
28.
26 or
It was
something.
like 2 years,
28?
28, yeah.
Why the fuck would you take that if you can
Yeah,
get?
I take
Oh,
the
this
1
is
year deal.
like I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's just like if he wants to
right
be
on point. They
on
can't
your
do it.
team, like
Figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't
No
know what
kidding.
the Red Sox are because it's like they're still trying to make moves.
they're not like when you look at them on paper,
Yeah.
they look like a fine team.
they look like they can hit.
They
Yes.
can definitely hit.
And they did that last year. Like,
I don't think they can do anything else. They're also apparently trying to trade Kenley. So
yeah,
Yeah. If they fuck around and pick up Blake Snell,
they're not
dude,
going to fuck around and pick up Blake Snell.
dude,
I've
apparently
also
they're in
seen
the
people.
conversation.
People
they
are
had
also
to,
predicting that he's going to go to Seattle. They're trying to win
They've got like
54% of their
$12.
games. So
and
Yeah,
they
I
don't
don't
need
know.
pitching.
they're going to have to get rid of $30 million somewhere to bring in Blake Snell.
Yeah, they're gonna have to trade Mitch Garver, who they just got.
Yeah.
No, they're going to have to trade Julio to get pitching.
Luis Castillo.
Yeah, I don't know where Blake Snell goes. It doesn't make sense anywhere at this point. The Yankees?
I saw that there was interest.
I think that one makes the most. I hate it, but it makes the most sense.
There was also interest with the Yankees and Marcus Stroman.
Apparently,
No,
that's
there's only interest from
becoming
Marcus.
close. No, I've seen the other
And then
side.
it
The
became
Yankees are
more
apparently
interesting.
interested.
There was a Blue Jays page today that put out like Jays fans seeing Marcus Stroman to being linked to the Yankees, and it was like an angry ace, and I'm like, this is supposed to be angry to us.
I don't give a shit where he goes, man.
Like,
I'm sure he's going to be good, but
I get Jays fans don't like him anymore, and I don't know if I'd want him as a Blue Jay, but I still fucking like the guy. I think
he's
like,
good.
He's a dog.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't give a shit where he goes. Like,
I think it's kind of funny that they said no, and he's just like, please.
and they
And
went,
now they're
okay,
like,
we'll talk,
maybe.
and
He's still
but-
on board.
he was
But
honestly
is that
like,
what it is, or is it just like, or do the reporters just fucking suck this
Yeah.
offseason?
oh, real shit, they know nothing.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
because
Wasn't it
Because that's
Boob
what I'm
that
starting to
originally
think.
reported?
that the Yankees said no.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
But then it was also Boob that reported they said maybe the front runner.
I mean, guys,
Wasn't it also Boob that reported? Like, can we move on to this next deal? Because I don't even fucking understand it.
Shota Imanaga goes to the Chicago Cubs for a sum of money.
So, back to everyone's favorite Boob. Here's his exact tweet. Shota Imanaga passes his physical, and his 4-year, $53 million contract with the Cubs becomes official. It can be worth $80 million over 5 years if the Cubs pick up an option after 25 or 26 and a press conference is scheduled. How is that a 4-year deal that could become a 5-year deal, but there's 2 options? There's an option after 25 and 26. And how does it go from 4 years 53 to 5 years 80? Like,
I'm
what
reading it.
Fuck.
Jesse Rogers put it a lot easier, and it's reading a lot like the Chad Green. Okay, so after 2 years, the team has an option to extend the contract to $80 million over 5 years. We get there, Nate.
Yeah.
If the Cubs decline, Imanaga also has the option to become a free agent. Okay, and then say the Cubs like opt in and make it a 5 years. They then again have a team option after the 3rd year to be like, no. we like you, but we don't like you that much.
Right, and they can bring it back down to 4 years.
It would.
What is the incentive for Imanaga here?
I don't know. His
so
agent
it's a
sucks.
2-year deal, and then the Cubs can tell him to fuck off.
It's 2 years guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so let me wrap our head. So 2 years guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Cubs could sign him to this 5-year deal, or they could tell him to fuck off, basically. Or he can walk as a free agent if the Cubs decline the option. But then even if they pick up the option, they get another option the next year.
Yeah. To do the same thing.
So I think if you're looking at it from Imanaga's point of view, he plays 2 years and doesn't like it here, and he doesn't pitch very well, then he has the option that they decline it, he declines it, and he goes back.
But that's not even an opt-out.
It's not an opt-out, but it's just like they declined the 5 years 80, and then he declines to become a free agent to go back to Japan after 2 years. I think that's probably his incentive.
I guess.
It's like a safety clause. If it doesn't work out for him here, he can always go back and live near home.
While we're on this, though, there's very mixed reports on this guy. Again, FT had, I forget who the couple guys, they had a guy from Baseball America and Eno Saris on. Eno basically said he could be a 2-3. The guy from Baseball America said he's a 4 or 5 that could end up in the bullpen. So it seems like very mixed reporting, but apparently his shit is nasty. Like
Yeah.
he's got a low release point, but he has
Mhm.
once he reaches the major leagues, he will have the most ride on any pitch in the league,
Mhm.
which is nuts.
Yeah, he had the best stuff plus in the WBC,
That's insane.
which I mean, there was a lot of pitchers missing from the WBC, but it's still pretty crazy.
So
Shohei was one of those.
so was Yamamoto.
So
Just a quick little comparison though with a guy who I'm pretty sure he was teammates with over in Japan this year
Mhm.
that Connor
Mhm.
briefly brought up.
In Yamaguchi?
Trevor Bauer is 3 years older than him. I think he might have had a better ERA, but
they were
fucking
very similar in stats.
Imanaga had like 40 more Ks
Mhm.
in the same amount of innings,
Mhm.
and he throws like 93. Bauer was throwing what, 95 to 97
Mhm.
in his peak. I'm
Yeah, I
assuming
think
he
he was
still
throwing
is.
harder than that.
Like, I don't know what this guy does, but this ride on his pitch must be nuts.
I'm intrigued.
And especially in a league that doesn't swing and miss.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm intrigued to see what he can do over here. I'm surprised he's not a Dodger.
I think it's a good deal for the Cubs.
I think so. It's pretty safe amount of money for
Well, it sounds like
however much you get him for.
what, 4 years, 53? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a 13 and a quarter.
That's
So-
really not bad.
So essentially,
For anyone.
it is guaranteed like 2 and 26.5 or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing
Yeah.
the math.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, you give out $26.5 million. Doesn't work
And-
out. It's really not that big a deal.
And Nate, I answered your question in the group chat when this first came out. This does not take them out of Cody Bellinger. Now that we know the money, it does not. at all.
No, not
absolutely
even close.
And
I was
it doesn't take
assuming
money out of anyone.
I was assuming when they originally
Like he was getting 100.
yeah, I was
150.
assuming he was getting 100 for like 5 years or 4
Yeah.
years, so like 20 to 25 a year.
Yeah.
This is fucking.
No, this
is
doesn't
not
take
on.
him out of anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Cool deal for the Cubs. I'm a little surprised that it's the Cubs, if I'm being honest, but
A little bit, but
Suzuki.
I mean,
There's-
it also is funny because the article a couple days
familiarity.
ago came out that
Sure.
the Giants were the favorites to get him.
And then the Giants were, and then Boob's like, no, the Giants are out in like 2 hours. They were the
Yeah.
favorites to out.
and
that's so Giants, man.
No, it's so this offseason with reporters.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Everyone's lost their
Jesus.
mind this offseason. If it doesn't come from passing, I don't want to hear it.
or Rosenthal.
and you know
even.
what?
Like
You know
Rosenthal.
what Passon does
No.
well? He doesn't care anymore if he's the first one on it.
No,
just-
he just tweets it right every
He
time.
knows that he's getting the right scoop, and that's
Mhm.
when he tweets it. And
Also-
he knows that people are trusting him.
Also,
at
if
this
anything, follow Jesse Rogers because you know why? Jeff Passan retweets Jesse Rogers.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Like,
I just wait until Jeff Passan tells me it's true, and that's when I know it's true. I don't want to hear from anybody else. Nothing else really matters.
yeah, the Mets got 2 people, Sean Manaea and Harrison Bader. Cool.
Yep.
And then Chris Sale signed an extension with the Red Sox.
Yep.
Yep.
Braves.
With the Braves, not the Red Sox.
It's so none of the money's deferred now.
Nope.
Interesting.
Fantastic.
And then, I mean, we have one piece of news that I didn't put on here. If you guys want to talk about it,
I've got. Is it a free agent signing? Because I have
No,
something else.
it's-
Okay, I got something on the Mets quick.
Tampa Bay related.
Okay, I sent this to Brant on Instagram earlier, and I gotta pull it up here quick. Where is it here?
On Instagram. Oh,
Steve Cohen
Oh no.
and the Mets owe $101 million in luxury tax penalties. I'm assuming
Aw.
that was from last year. I'm
It's
assuming.
gotta be.
So the tweet goes on to say, and that's all getting distributed to small market teams. And once you factor in their TV deals, these teams are turning a profit without putting a team on the field. Like, I don't think all the guys going to the Dodgers is good for baseball, but I think this is fucking worse. That there's probably 6 teams getting a sixth of $100 million, whatever that works out to, 15 or something around there. Like, it's not crazy money, but You're getting that plus your TV deal, and you're not spending fucking squat. Like it's ridiculous and it's pathetic. And the Oakland A's must have 2 major league players on their roster at this point. They're
If
buddy,
that.
what's his Fisher? Is it Fisher?
John
John
Fisher.
Fisher?
Yeah, he's laughing. He's just fucking rolling in money over there.
He doesn't have to do shit.
I don't know. I think this is the worst thing for the game is that shit like that's happening. And like we said last week or a couple weeks ago, the Mets are getting penalized 10 places in the draft because of this too.
I think they were originally supposed to be drafting 9. Now they're 19.
No, it's 5 to 15. I think.
Is it really? Damn. Either way,
Yeah.
Both of those suck. It's a top 10 pick down to a bottom tier.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
Yeah,
I guess one's made, but yeah, I don't know. It sucks.
Guys, we have to say goodbye to a Blue Jays legend,
Former Blue Jay, former future Blue Jay,
former future Blue Jay of 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was one of the most exciting 3 hours of my life when I thought we were getting Springer and
that was your Shohei Ohtani plane moment.
I think I was more excited for that than I was for the Shohei Ohtani plane. Yes,
because you were asleep.
No, the plane I was driving to your house.
You're right. Sorry.
We legitimately did turn on talk radio to listen to it, them talk about it, and that was brutal.
Dude, I remember that because everybody was then like, "Oh shit, Lourdes is gone." Like,
no, I'm talking Ohtani return on talk radio.
Oh,
but no,
stuff.
that is too bad. That he wasn't a Blue Jay. I think that would have been.
He wants to go be with his family more.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of nice.
He had a very
good career,
dignified career.
15 seasons, 5-time All-Star, 298 average, 117 OPS plus, 1656 hits, 129 home runs, 348 doubles.
Yeah,
and a fucking stat that I saw. Michael Brantley had 6,163 plate appearances in his career. He struck out looking just 210 times, and 62 of those came on pitches that were outside the strike zone.
Wow, pretty good.
Pretty good. It's Kevin Biggio, am I right? No.
The difference is Dr. Smooth didn't strike out that much. Kevin Biggio swings through fucking everything.
Hey, but he'll turn on a 101 fastball that was really a home run, but didn't count because it wasn't. And I guess just in our final...
See, I don't get it when you make these Kevin Biggio references, but that one sounded super fun. It was definitely a home run, but it wasn't because it wasn't.
No,
because he fucking hit it to like the upper deck, but it was
against Baltimore and it was against Felix Bautista. He like got to a high 101 fastball, and like the overhead, if you look at the overhead camera on the foul pole, it's a home run.
It was definitely a home run.
They just went like, no, it's foul. Like
it was definitely a home run.
Kevin Biggio, Brant, how's he gonna do this year? Is he still hitting fifth? Fifth or sixth? Where's he hitting?
Hard enough.
As of right now,
now,
where do you actually think you put Kevin Biggio in this lineup?
Like 6.
Your lineup or
like 6?
Jay's lineup.
The lineup, the way John Schneider, noted Kevin Biggio fan, is going to put it together.
5 or 6.
I don't think it's 5. I think it's probably 6 or 7.
You got to remember, guys.
He's not hitting below.
No, it's 5.
You guys got to remember, in like a regular run of games, he was batting 3rd and 4th. He was batting cleanup in this fucking.
Right. He was batting cleanup in the playoffs, was he not?
The lowest he can go with the current lineup construction is 5th, because I don't think they'll bat him below Varsho.
No, they don't want.
And they're not hitting Kiermaier top 3.
They're not. They don't want 6
so
straight.
He has to hit 5th, because I don't think you're doubling up one of those lefties.
Well, also you're gonna have Kiermaier 9. You're gonna have Varsho
like 7,
probably 7
or 8, depending.
Even if you bat him 8, you're not going.
No, I don't think they're doubling up lefties. Is what I'm saying. I don't think you can afford to when you have so few. So that's what I'm saying. You're going 9, 7, 5.
As it sits,
probably going 5.
As it sits, I think you break
fuck
up.
Me to tears. That's not good.
Yeah, batting 8th, I think you go Kirk, or Schneider, depending.
Then you're fucking up Kiermaier again.
Well, Schneider.
Well, then you put Kirk in the 6th hole, and you're fucking up Varsho.
Yeah, you're right.
There's no good way to put that. Realistically, right now, Kirk could be our 4-hole hitter. Because we don't have one of those either.
Fuck me. Do we not? I read this.
Danny Jansen.
I would rather Danny Jansen be my 4-hole hitter over Alejandro Kirk.
No shit, but I don't.
According to one guy on Twitter, Spencer Horowitz is the fucking opening day DH.
Right now, maybe. Maybe.
Well, we'll see you guys next week when we have Jock Peterson.
Please God, no.
Jock. If we get Jock Peterson,
if we get Jock, that takes us out of Soler, Hoskins,
arguably
JD,
Bellinger.
I would
Bellinger,
very much rather
everyone.
any of them. Oh, like
takes us
my
out of
preferred is definitely Reese.
everyone.
Would way rather the rest of them.
I don't want to lose out on all of them and have lost out on Jock too, but I don't want to sign Jock early to. Fuck.
I want to miss everyone first and then land on Jock. I don't want to
Yeah.
pick up Jock and not be able to get any of the other ones.
Quick
Nothing
little
like
sign and
landing on a
trade.
Jock.
Hey, quick little sign and trade. We sign Jock, Belly comes, and then we trade Jock.
Makes sense.
I'm fucking no.
Because why would a team pick him up for cash when they could just trade players for him?
My point is, I don't want Jock. I don't want Jock right now. If
Not
we
right
sign
now.
Jock right before spring training, sure.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Thank you for listening. We've made it a lot further than I expected us to after we went 5 minutes on the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah, because
Good for us. I'm proud of us. We'll catch you next week. Everything's linked in the description below. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Peace.